SCP-682 lies still as SCP-053 slides down its back like a playground slide. The little girl runs freely, unbothered by the bodies strewn all over the place. Some appear painfully contorted, some with hands at each other's throats, while others with fatal wounds on their bodies. Similarly, she is unaware of the Foundation personnel's predicament.
Catch me, mister! Catch me!
Negative. Do not, I repeat, do not initiate contact with 053 and keep your distance. I don't want to lose another man again.
Hard to believe that all of this was caused by a child wanting a simple hug.
The immortal lizard lies on the ground. It observes the girl as she runs free, keeping away from the arms of the men who are trying to retrieve her. Sure enough, the MTF succumbs to 053's anomalous effects. One of them points his gun at the leader and pulls the trigger, killing him instantly. He then turns towards the girl with malicious intent, only to die of heart attack instantly. The lizard never ceases to be amused by the sight of this. Silence, finally. Its monstrous orbs close gently as 682 peacefully embraces sleep. Guided by the Sandman, dreams begin flooding its mind. A familiar yet distant sight, memories from when the dreaded SCP-682 hard-to-destroy reptile was a young hatchling, and back when the universe was brighter and much bloodier. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today we bring you a tale from the SCP Foundation. Atunti has been around since the beginning of the universe, inspiring legends of mighty dragons, leviathans, and great serpents since the days of man sharing epic tales around the fire. At the earliest moments of existence, Azib, one of the 7 brides of the Scarlet King, birthed the embodiment of destruction itself.
Welcome to the world, my child. You will become the precursor of chaos, a child befitting your father, the great Scarlet King. You will stand tall among your siblings, and as you grow and mature, your appetite will only be satiated when you consume all life.
Born as a pulsating orb of flesh, made of jutting teeth and scales, rather than any creature, its form more so resembled a recently removed tumor. By then, it could already speak.
Tell me, Mother, where is my father, the great Scarlet King?
The young abomination coos as it moves closer to its parent, seeking warmth and comfort. It presses itself desperately, only to find a deathly, cold touch.
Upon the summit he awaits. You and the rest of your siblings, each birthed from a different mother, but all share a shard of your father.
I possess kin?
Young Atunti tries to snuggle up to its mother once more, but yet again felt only emptiness in her caress. Perhaps a twisted showing of affection, the mother tries to soothe her baby by dragging her cruel claws across the newborn's flesh.
My dearest child, remember this pain, for it is the pain you shall deliver tenfold unto your enemies, unto all lives. You have the only family that matters, the family that stands at the end of time.
How can I seek them out?
Time is fickle, especially to you, my child. Some have yet to be born, while others are already by your father's side, marching towards the tree of knowledge.
The youngster then gazes up at its mother. However, it cannot see her, for her visage has now become one with the void, vanishing slowly into the darkness. Perhaps dreams are the same for all creatures, even the hard-to-destroy reptile, short-lived and difficult to grasp and hold on to. The more it struggles to remember, the faster the dream fades. Then it was darkness. All alone in eternal darkness, the would-be personification of mayhem has yet to take shape. After its mother's abandonment, it now knows only hunger. When the first sentient being felt fear, Atunti began to take shape. Simple features formed, a long mouth with sharp teeth like swords, a powerful scaled body that can repel the strongest lance, fast and agile legs that allow it to cross great distances. A weapon of pure terror and destruction, perfectly designed by the universe. Azib returns, seeping into the lizard's dream once more, this time a proud mother.
Wonderful, my child. A Leviathan you have become. Exactly what you were meant to be. With your gifts, you will fear no weapon nor magic. You will heal from any injury, for your hide will shield you. But take heed, you are not impervious.
Will you abandon me again, Mother?
Yes, my child. We are beings of the beyond, untethered and unbound.
The young child roared in anguish and pain upon hearing its mother's words. It was the first time Atunti had ever felt hatred, the unrelenting emotion that would go on to become its driving force for millennia to come.
Only when the whole of creation is gone will this feeling of hatred towards me, this hatred towards anything and everything, vanish. Until then, farewell, my Leviathan.
Azib returns to the void for the last time, never to be seen again, leaving Atunti in its grief, yearning, pain, and pure, unadulterated wrath. We return to present-time Earth. While 682 continues its slumber, a backup MTF unit arrives to the scene.
All right, man, stay low and move slow. Our priority is the little girl. 682 seems dead asleep. We'll flank close to the tail.
As if sensing their presence, 682's massive tail suddenly sweeps in a wide arc, swiftly wiping out the entire unit. 682 was unaware of its actions, however, for it remained occupied in its trip down memory lane. 053 finds her reptilian playmate's sleepwalking tricks amusing as she giggles gleefully. The creature's eyes seem to be twitching faster now. Family, the one thing currently on its mind. 7 siblings from 7 mothers and 1 father.
That slimy orange blob is always hanging around with humans. That thing loves all life too damn much. It sickens me to the core. I don't understand how it's related to me.
682 recoils in disgust as SCP-999, the tickle monster, came to mind. A formless creature made of pure benevolence. Originally prophesied as the ender of worlds, 999 became the antithesis of the very nature of the Scarlet King's offspring, seeking to bring comfort and joy to those around it. And it's destined to bring down its father. How fate enjoys irony sometimes.
I wish to squash it into oblivion.
Another familiar face floats into mind. Softly, 682 calls out the designation given to her by the humans.
SCP-682.
It's the young girl accompanying the immortal lizard on its rampages as of late. Whoever comes into contact with her goes berserk and will start attempting to harm others. And ultimately, themselves. She makes for an excellent battle companion, 682 thinks to itself. In reality, the merciless reptile enjoys her company, a sentiment it guards closely and would never confess openly. Suddenly, a titanic shadow looms over the girl. It's SCP-2317-K, Devourer of Worlds, a being the size of the moon.
The Devourer, the light in Father's eyes, the one destined to devastate all planets. I fought beside him at the Tree of Knowledge and fought against him for thousands of years as he claimed glory for himself.
682 watches as the Devourer struggled and strained itself to break free of the final chain holding it back. 7 chains prior that bound it broke, and catastrophes followed for each. The impending rupture of this last chain heralds the release of the Great Devourer, threatening unparalleled devastation upon countless planets across the universe. Though not one of its kin, 682 recalls an unseen ally fighting by the Scarlet King's side. A formless plague that spreads, infects, then twists and turns its foes into gloopy, fleshy abominations. SCP-610, the humans called it.
Flesh that hates. I have sensed it in my mind once in a while, consuming and adding to itself. It now lies dormant in a cold, white place, waiting for hell to break loose and infect the world. I find it cowardly.
Having said that, 682 can't help but to respect 610's work as an agent of chaos. It does certainly enjoy the taste of its infected victims. Currently, the situation is peaceful. No one else to disturb the creature's rest. The lizard lies asleep still, while the girl waits patiently for her reptilian guardian to rise. The dream continues. At the center of the universe, a bloody battle rages on under the Tree of Knowledge. A Tunti stands tall and proud on the battlefield as the formidable Leviathan.
How I long to return to the old world, a world of perpetual torment and bloodshed. None of this harmonious, bloodless, and boring world of man, hiding behind facades, trickery, lies, and deceit. Tasteless.
The Scarlet King and his vast army march upon the Tree of Knowledge, in all his wrath and in all his spite. Here, his forces are to lay siege and plant rot into the tree. Once the tree falls, all creation shall follow. However, a Tunti cared not for the tree, nor his father's conquest. It lives only for the thrill of battle and the joy of violence.
It was magnificent. An age of pure chaos and violence. Millions perished under my claws and jaw. I revel in its memory still. The tearing of flesh and dying screams of those who dared stood against me.
Among the misshapen monstrosities, the Leviathan stands out. His shape stood tall and mighty among the rank and file. Here, the hard-to-destroy reptile is a leader, a god of destruction.
I was akin to a godly being, not some enclosed animal for man to study. The ground shook with my every step. My very breath burned and brought death. But now, feeble humans poke at me with flashing trinkets, then pits me against lesser creatures in their pitiful little coliseum while they watch. How humiliating.
The lizard can't help but to lament the loss of its former glory. As it watches its Leviathan self-reveling in the slaughter, the dream begins to shift yet again. Darkness surrounds it once more. A Tunti roars defiantly before the battle in front of it fades away into nothingness.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
A loud snore from the slumbering Leviathan in response to the petite being's wake-up call.
Please wake up. I'm lonely.
Its eyes open slowly as it growls in reluctance, shaking itself awake. 682 then draws its snout close to 053.
Don't be like that. You're always sleeping or eating. Now that you're awake, play with me.
It yawns sleepily, its cavernous jaws stretched wide and open, before closing and exhaling through its nostrils. The warm air blows the little girl's dress and hair back.
Ew, I need a bath.
053 tilts her head at 682 with a curious expression.
This is the first time I hear you laugh.
Yes, I do that, especially after a nap or a good killing.
Did you have a nice dream? Down.
The creature lowers itself onto the ground, allowing the girl to climb atop.
A dream it was, though I wouldn't call it nice.
682 surveys the area and spots a weakened wall with small holes, sunlight seeping through.
Did you have fun playing with humans? Hang tight.
053 braces herself. A loud crash follows as the pair broke through the wall.
Yes, more people in funny clothes came to play. They wanted to play with you too, but you were sleeping. Then you made them disappear with a magic trick.
Oh, did I? That's nice. Let's make a stop here.
The pair are now in a dense forest. 053 slides down and looks around curiously. The girl and the beast begin walking at a slow pace, further into the woods, as the sun slowly sets behind them.
Did they suffer?
I think so?
The young girl and her guardian, hard-to-destroy reptile, disappear into the forest. 999's head split open, lined with heinous teeth-like protrusions. A beam of red and black energy burst forth into the clouds. The sky quaked as a vortex formed above, painting everything black. Gusts of wind sweep through fields, uprooting the ground and trees alike. Down below, 682 stood steadfast and relished in the destruction and chaos around it.
Yes. Embrace your destiny.
999 slammed a huge tentacle down next to the puny lizard, barely missing it, as if telling it to shut the hell up. Now fully healed and at the ready, the re-energized beast looked up at 999 with newfound excitement.
All the more reason for me to utterly crush you. Come, fight me.
Brandishing its razor-sharp claws that put all blades to shame, and baring its hardened fangs that can crush the toughest objects with ease in its gaping maw, 682 charged right into the enormous blob of death. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you a tale from the SCP Foundation. Light broke through the darkness as the main hatch opened. A golden blob entered the now dimly lit room. A tentacle-like appendage stretched over and flipped a switch, illuminating the area. There, an enormous reptile lay asleep. Its eyes fluttered open as light hit its face. A growl of discomfort followed. The two anomalies were meeting for the first time, both fundamentally different to the core. SCP-682, hard-to-destroy reptile, is the very definition of wrath. Conversely, SCP-999, the tickle monster, is quite the opposite. Born via the unholiest of rituals, the would-be world ender entered the world loving all forms of life. Behind an array of monitors stood two figures, watching as everything unfolded, like higher beings looking down on pawns with plans. They undoubtedly had everything under control. However, do things ever go according to plan in this grim world? 682 and 999 stared at one another with curious expressions. Both felt an unspoken familiarity between them, but just couldn't quite put their tongues on it.
I sense a familiarity between us, a connection I know you feel as well. I remember this feeling. We are kin.
Without warning, 682 swung its massive tail at 999 with bloodlust. 999 swiftly flattened itself, narrowly avoiding the slap of a lifetime.
Meaning you carry our father's stench. All the more reason for me to vanquish you.
682 stomped its clawed foot down on 999, pinning it to the floor. The draconic entity brought its snout closer and stretched open its vicious maw, acid brewing before stopping suddenly.
What are you doing to me? You will not quell my rage so easily.
Upon contact, the tickle monster brings about feelings of peace and tranquility, something 682 had never experienced. Thus, it responded in the only way it knew how, with extreme violence. 682 let out a thunderous roar, causing the enclosure to quake and tremble. It brought both its forelimbs up and smashed down upon 999, forming a huge crater with a new golden paint job. Meanwhile, the two figures watched in silence.
That cell was supposed to contain that thing? All units prepare to engage 682 and retrieve 999.
Calm down, Captain. Everything's within expectations. Please stay still and continue observing.
Fine.
Proceed.
682 has never known a pleasant sleep. It usually dreams of otherworldly horrors, wars, bloodshed, and mayhem, or perhaps it considered them pleasant. But this time was different. It was floating in the lake alone under moonlight. Unbeknownst to it, a piece of slime was stuck to 682's foot, placing it under 999's effect. Meanwhile, 999 was slowly regenerating itself. Its splattered pieces crawled and regrouped themselves on 682's foot. However, when 999 returned, it felt different. Never before had it felt such an intense emotion. It was the feeling of pure hatred, and it felt good. An elite squad of MTF stationed themselves just outside 682's cell. Suddenly, 682 blasted through the entrance, wiping out more than half the squad instantly. The remaining soldiers quickly regained composure and trained their sights on 682. However, they soon realized that 682 was not the aggressor. Closer inspection revealed 682 having sustained heavy damage and was bleeding buckets. Then suddenly, the walls and ceiling came crashing down. An even larger, more sinister shadow loomed over them now. Everyone turned around and saw a gigantic blood-red 999 with eyes darker than the void. The two figures were stunned by what they were witnessing.
I thought you had everything under control.
I don't understand. This shouldn't be happening.
But who could have really known what would have happened when two inexplicably linked unknowns clashed against one another? How much did the Foundation truly understand when it came to SCP-682, hard to destroy reptile, and SCP-999, the tickle monster?
I'm going in.
No, we have to see this through till the end.
No one could do nothing but run. 999 spread itself rapidly across the landscape like lava. The soldiers could not outrun death. Buildings dissolved and flora wilted as the demonic slime expanded. A giver of joy once, now a taker of lives. And it's all thanks to its encounter with 682, courtesy of the Foundation. Instead of absorbing 682's hate and neutralizing it, 999 was corrupted by it instead. 999's head split open, lined with heinous teeth-like protrusions. A beam of red and black energy burst forth into the clouds. The sky quaked as a vortex formed above, painting everything black. Gusts of wind sweep through fields, uprooting the ground and trees alike. Down below, objects with ease in its gaping maw. 682 charged right into the enormous blob of death. 682 opened its eyes and found itself back in the tranquil lake.
What's going on?
This time, it's standing on the water, and in front of it was 999.
No matter, because you are here. Come, we fight.
682 unleashed a mighty roar, so great that it echoed into the distance. Yet, the lake in 999 remained still. The beast seemed to have noticed something was off.
Your eyes look empty. Why do we fight? It is in our nature as beings of the beyond. However, I find of my own myself. Life itself is full of contradictions. I simply take advantage of whatever situation suits me. Yes, you yourself were a contradiction. Enough talk. We fight. What do you mean you've had enough?
Without warning, 999 and 682 were pulled into the lake, sinking deep into the void underneath. The world was calm. The beam of unholy light rescinded, as did the storm. The winds no longer howled, and the sky was clear once more. Sunlight hit 999, now no longer tainted with red, as it regurgitated 682. Immediately, a slash of the reptile's monstrous claws splattered 999, though it quickly reformed. 682 then stood and watched as 999 waved goodbye and slid away. And then it was silence, save for the burning of rubble and yelling of people from the aftermath. 682 was pleased with the sight. The two figures stepped into view. This was the result of their experiment. This was what happened when humans tried to play God.
Is this what you wanted, Observer? Are you satisfied?
No, I didn't mean for it to go this far.
One swipe of the tail and only 2 pairs of feet were left standing on the ground. If 999 is to be the supposed ultimate savior of humanity, the one to put an end to the Scarlet King, then it appears that the golden blob of joy still has a long way to go. SCP-682 begins thrashing violently, emitting several roaring sounds and issuing profanity directed at testing staff. Finally, 682 breaks containment, attack against several agents, staff, and researchers, resulting in 11 deaths and 86 injuries. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you SCP Foundation Class Object Kita, SCP-682. SCP-682 is one of the most popular in SCP Foundation. 682 is a large, vaguely reptile-like creature of unknown origin, famous for traits that are almost impossible to be destroyed. It appears to be extremely intelligent and was observed to engage in complex communication with other SCP. 682 appears to have a hatred of all life, which has been expressed in several interviews during containment. 682 has always been observed to have extremely high strength, speed, and reflexes, though exact levels vary with its form. Its physical body grows and changes very quickly, growing or decreasing in size as it consumes or sheds material, and can gain energy from anything it ingests, organic or inorganic. 682's regenerative capabilities and resilience are staggering, and it has been seen moving and speaking with its body 87% destroyed or rotted. When being asked why it kills those innocent farmers, it refused to answer at first, but after forced to answer by a doctor, 682 assault one of the personnel, and answer they were disgusting. Due to the highly aggressive, adaptive, and intelligent nature of 682, termination testing has been ordered by Foundation. The only problem is, the number of termination testing have been conducted close to 100, yet none of them have been success. Among the many execution records, the most classic of which is the attempt to use SCP-409 on 682. 409 is a very dangerous quartz crystal. Any objects coming in contact with 409 will begin to crystallize after 3 hours. After complete crystallization, the object will bursting into thousands of fragments with great force. Upon exposure, 682's crystallization begins. It shows signs of extreme pain and begins having seizures, but the crystallization stops at 62% conversion with unknown reason. Its crystallized area explodes, causing massive physical trauma to 682. 1 hour later, 682 recovers from exposure, despite the loss of limbs and organs. It begins regeneration, stating that it will attempt to kill and consume all staff involved in this event. Due to the failure of SCP-409, major concerns raised about possible developed immunities and possible adaptations. All future termination tests must first be carried out on tissue samples taken from 682. In another termination testing, 682 quickly presses against the wall farthest from SCP-173, staring at it the entire time. SCP-173 cannot move while within a direct line of sight, but once the line of sight is broken, it will move in high speed and attack by snapping the neck of the victim. 682 continues to stare at 173 without pause for 6 hours. Realize this situation, agents equipped with large caliber sniper rifles dispatched and shoot out the eyes of 682. After resuming observation, 682 is shown to be on the floor, with several injuries around its head, neck, and legs. It rapidly regenerates from damage and moves to a different wall, developing several sets of eyes on various parts of its body, many covered by thick, clear caps of armored carapace. 682 maintains observation of 173 for an additional 12 hours, despite additional efforts of agents and Foundation staff. At the end, Foundation staff have no other way but to end this testing. Termination testing with SCP-162 has once again proved the exceptional vitality and adaptability of 682. Touching SCP-162 will immediately result in several hooks becoming embedded in the subject's skin. Subject will bleed profusely, resulting in death after a prolonged period of time. 682 exposed to 162. It begins thrashing violently, emitting several roaring sounds and issuing profanity directed at testing staff. After 4 minutes of continued exposure, 682 lunges away from SCP-162, severing its lower jaw and left hind limb, and causing serious tissue damage to many areas of its body. 682 breaks containment, attack against several agents, staff, and researchers, resulting in 11 deaths and 86 injuries. So we know at this time, no means available to SCP teams are capable of destroying SCP-682, only able to cause massive physical damage. 682 should be contained within chamber filled with hydrochloric acid until it is submerged and incapacitated.